Good morning to all. This is Dr. Y. Sujata, Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, BVC Engineering College, Autonomous, Odalriv. Previous lecture we discussed the fundamentals of machining, manufacturing definition, classifications of manufacturing, elements of machining process, methods of metal cutting, orthogonal cutting and oblique cutting. In this lecture, now we discuss geometry of single point cutting tool and tool angles, tool failure, tool life, tool materials. One by one we discuss. First we discuss the cutting tool classification. Cutting tool classification have two types. First one is the single point cutting tool, second one is the multi point cutting tool. Single point cutting tools have different types: groove type, foregroove type, tip type and bead type. This type of tools are usually single point cutting tools. Only one dimension is there. Point is usually rounded to form a nose radius. Turning uses a single point cutting tool. And multi point cutting tools have more than one cutting edge, is called as multi cutting tools. This type of cutting tools are used drills, broaching, drilling, grinding. This type of operations are used. Cutting tools also classified as according to the motions: linear motion, rotary motion, linear and rotary motion. Linear motion is the boring, broaching and planing, shaping and tools are used in linear motions. Rotary motion, milling, cutter, grinding wheels are used in rotary motion. Linear and rotary motion, both linear and rotary motions, drilling, honing and boring tools also there. Now in this lecture deeply we discuss the single point cutting tools and tool geometry. You observe in this figure geometry of single point cutting tool. First we know that what is the meaning of geometry, what is the meaning of tool geometry here. The desirability of cutting the maximum use of form a tool before it needs regrinding is one of the objective of tool geometry. The tool life is defined as the length of time a tool will be operate before its nature or its failure occurs. There may be factors that continue to cutting tool efficiency. Among this geometry of the single point cutting tool, some features are there. The shape of cutting edge that removes the excess metal, the correct selection of the type of cutting tool for the material to be machined, the correct choice of cutting speed of feed and the proper setting of cutting tool relative to work, the correct choice and proper application of coolants. Unless the cutting tools are ground to the correct shape with correct angles and unless it is ground with taken smooth cutting edge, time will be wasted. Accuracy will be impossible and poor finish will be result. So some factors are there in cutting, selection of the cutting tool, workpiece material, machining of variables, material of the type tool point and type of cutting. Geometry of the single point cutting tool. In this slide you observe that this is a 3D figure. Here this is the shank, face, flank, these are the parts, and this type single point cutting tool has 6 angles also there and 6 tool angles. One is, this is the side cutting edge angle, this is the end cutting edge angle. Here top face and left side is the end cutting edge angle, and here this is the side cutting edge angle, and next side rack angle, and here back rack angle, and next this is a nose radius, last one. Next side cutting edge angle and end cutting edge angle, end cutting edge angle, side cutting edge angle, side rack angle, end rack angle, side cutting edge angle, slide you observe that nomenclature of single point cutting tool or geometry of the single point cutting tool. Here this is a 3D diagram of the single point cutting tool. Here different angles are visible here and different elements are there. First top side is end cutting edge angle, and here down side is the side cutting edge angle, and next here this is the side rack angle. Top side is the side rack angle and back rack angle, side relief angle, back relief angle, and final seventh one is the nose radius. These are the elements of one by one we discuss here. This slide shows the geometry of positive rack single point cutting tool. Here this is a 2D diagram. Previous slide you observed that 3D diagram. Now this is the 2D diagram. In 2D diagram this is top side, top view, this face is top view, this is the front view, this is the side view. Top view end cutting edge angle, and here front view is the back rack angle, end relief angle, side rack angle, side relief angle, end cutting edge angle, side cutting edge angle. Two angles are there in top view, end cutting edge angle, side cutting edge angle. Front view, back rack angle, end relief angle. Side view, side rack angle, side relief angle. Relief angles is different: rack angle, side rack angle, side relief angle, back rack angle, end relief angle. Here two are mixing this. And next one, this is a positive rack angle single point cutting tool, and next is here you observe that in these two slides, side view and front view, here it touches the end figure. And next here single point cutting tool, the geometry of the native rack angle, same top view is the same, end cutting edge angle, side cutting edge angle, nose radius. Here in previous slide, this front view, this edge is here, touches this bottom, and here also same, but this width is come, here you observe that he vertical width, and here also this width is come negative rack angle. So two dimensions are there. Significance of rack angles. What is a back rack angle and side rack angle? Back rack angle, it measures the downward slope of the top surface of the tool from the nose to the rear along the longitudinal axis. Its purpose is to guide the direction of the chip flow. It is also serves to protect from the point of cutting tool. The size of the angles depends upon the material to be machined. The softer material, the greater should be positive rack angle. That means softer materials should be greater positive rack angles. And next here side rack angles. The back rack angle is the angle between the face of the tool and line of the parallel to the base of the shank in a plane parallel to the side of cutting edge. The back rack angle is affects the ability of the tool and shear work material and from chip. Next we discuss the side rack angle. What is the side rack angle? It is the angle by which the face of the tool is inclined sideways. It is the angle between the face of the tool and line similar to the base of the tool and measured in a plane perpendicular to the base and the side cutting edge. This angle gives the slope of the face of the tool from the cutting edge. The side rack is negative if slope towards its cutting edge and positive if the slope is away from the cutting edge. Next, rack angles. The basic tool geometry is determined the rack angle of the tool. Rack angle has two major effects during the metal cutting process. One major effect of rack angle is its influence on tool strength. Another, a tool with negative rack will withstand for more loading than a tool with positive rack. Already previous lecture we discussed that two types of rack angles are there, positive rack angle and negative rack angle and neutral rack angles. And here also same, it is influence the cutting pressure. A tool with a positive rack angle reduces the cutting force by allowing the chip to flow more freely across the radius of surface. Cutting tool angles and their surfaces. Cutting tool angles and their significance. The rack angles has the following functions. It allows the chip to flow in convenient direction. It reduces the cutting force required to shear the metal and consequently helps to increase the tool life. Reduce the power consumption. It provides the keenness to the cutting edge. It improves the surface finish. What is a positive rack angle? Positive rack or increased rack angles reduces compression, the force and the friction, yielding a thinner, less deformed and closer chip. But positive rack angle reduces strength of the tool section and heavy conduction capacity. Some areas of where positive rack and may prove more effective are when cutting tough and allied materials that end to work harden, such certain stainless steels, when cutting soft or gummy metals, or when low rigidity of workpiece tooling, machine tool, fixer allows the chapter to occur. The shearing action and free cutting of positive rack tools will often eliminate problems in these areas. Next, cutting tool angles and their significance. Next, we discuss negative rack angle. To provide the greater strength at the cutting edge and better heat conductivity, zero or negative rack angle are employed on carbide, ceramic, polycrystalline diamond and polycrystalline cubic boron nitride cutting tools. These materials tend to be brittle, but their ability to hold their superior hardness at a high temperature results in their selection for high speed and continuous machining operation. Here negative rack increases the tool forces, but this is necessary to provide added support to the cutting edge. This is particularly important in making internet cuts and is absorbing the impact during initial engagement of the tool and work. This slide you observe this. What is the face? Here this is the face, end cutting edge, flank, nose, side cutting edge and shank and flank. One by one we discuss what is the shank. Here this is the shank. What is the shank? It is the body of the tool which is unground. Next, face. What is the face? It is the surface over which the chip slides. And next, flank. This is the flank and this is the flank. It is the surface of the tool facing the workpiece. These are two flanks, namely end flank and side flank. Side flank, end flank. This is the side flank, this is the end flank. Next, base. It is the bottom surface of the shank. And next, nose radius. It is the nose radius. This is the nose. Here, this part, it is the nose. And nose, it is the junction of the side and end cutting edges. The important angles of single point cutting tools are top rack angle. This is the 3D, and this 3D, previous we discussed the parts only one by one deeply. Top rack angle. What is the top rack angle? It is also called as back rack angle, and it is the slope given to the face or surface of the tool. This slope is given from the nose along the length of the tool. And next, side rack angle. Side rack angle. This side rack angle slopes given to the face or top of the tool. This slope is given from the nose along the width of the tool. This rack angles helps easy to flow of chips. Next, clearance angle or relief angle. Here relief angle is there, side relief angle and end relief angles. Two relief angles are there. These are the slope ground downwards from the cutting edges. These are two clearance angles, namely side clearance angle and end clearance angle. This is given to the tool to prevent rubbing of the job on the tool. And next, two more are there, end cutting edge angle, side cutting edge angle, end cutting edge angle, and next side cutting edge angle. These two cutting edge angles, namely side cutting edge angle and end cutting edge angles. The side cutting edge angle makes with the axis of the tool, end cutting edge angle makes with the width of the tool. And next, lip angles. It is also called as cutting edge angles. It is an angle between the face and the end of the tool. And nose angle or nose radius, it is an angle between the side cutting edge and end cutting edge of the tool. Above slides we discuss rack angles, negative rack angle, positive rack angle and end cutting edge angle, side cutting edge angle in 3D figure, tool geometry. Now the rack angles have some factors, tool depends upon the some factors. What are the factors are there? First, type of material being cut. A harder material like cast iron may be machined by smaller rack angle than that required by soft materials like mild steel or aluminum. Type of material is a very important factor. Rack angles. Type of tool material. Here type of material being cut. Here type of material, tool material. The tool materials like cemented, later we discuss what are the different types of tool materials are there. Now what is the first tool material? You understand that tool material like cemented carbide permits turning at very high speed. At high speeds, rack angles has a little influence on cutting pressure. Under such condition, rack angles can minimum or even negative rack angle is provided to increase the tool strength. Next, depth of cut. In rough turning, high depth of cut is given to move maximum amount of material. This means that the tool has to withstand severe cutting pressure. So rack angle should be decreased to increase the lip angle. It provides the strength to cutting edge. Rigidity of the tool holder and machine. An improperly supported tool and old worn machine cannot take up a high cutting pressure. So while the machining under above conditions, the tool used should have larger rack angles. That means rigidity of the tool holder and machine. Previously we check what is the tool condition is correct or not. Next, relief angles. Relief angles are provided to minimize the physical interface or rubbing contact with the machined surface and the workpiece. Relief angles are for the purpose of helping to eliminate breakage and to increase tool life. If the relief angle has large, the cutting tool may be chip or break. If the angle is too small, the tool will rub against the workpiece and generate excessive heat and thus it will turn. The smaller relief angles are essential when machining hard and strong materials and they should be increased for the weaker and softer materials. A smaller angle should be used for interrupted cuts and heavy fits and larger angles for semi-finished fits. Side relief angle. Side relief angles are there. What are the benefits? Here two types of relief angles, side relief angle, end relief angle. Side relief angles to prevent the side flank of the tool from rubbing against from work longitudinal feed and larger feed. End relief angle, this angle prevents the side flank of the tool from rubbing against the work. A minimum relief angle is given to provide maximum support to the tool. Cutting edge by increasing the lip angle. The front clearness angle should be increased for large diameter works. Cutting tool angles and their significance. Cutting tool angles are there: side cutting edge angle. The following are the advantages of increasing this angle. To increase the tool life, as for the same depth of cut, the cutting force is distributed on a wider surface. It dimensions the chip thickness for the same amount of feed and permits a greater cutting speed. The cutting edge of an angle has practically no effect on the value of the cutting force or power consumed for a given depth of cut and feed. Next, end cutting edge angle. Already we discussed the 3D figure in single point cutting tool geometry. End cutting edge angle, the function of end cutting edge angle is to prevent the tiling the front cutting and from rubbing action. And next, nose radius. Nose radius is tool is slightly rounded in all cutting tools. The functions of nose radius as follows. Greater nose radius is clears up the feed marks caused by the previous shearing action and previous better surface finish. All finish turning tool have greater nose radius than rough turning tools. It increases the strength of the cutting edge and tends to minimize the weight taking place in sharp pointed cutting tool, increases tool life. Tool signature. In this slide, in this video, you observe that here this is the tool workpiece, this is the tool. Most important angles of tool geometry are rack angles and clearness angles. Here you observe that how to remove the material, unwanted material from workpiece tool. In 3D figure we explained that. I will explain already what is the angles are there. 7 angles are there here. But in 3D figure you observe that first what is it is the side rack angle, back rack angle, end cutting edge angle and face, shank, nose radius, this, and next end relief angle. Next, what is the pending side relief angle? Side relief angle, end relief angle, nose radius, back rack angle, end cutting edge angle. These 7 are the elements of cutting tool. Here also in you observe this figure, different angles also shows in animation. Here this is the tool, single point cutting tool. This is a side face, side rack angle and side relief angle. And next, top face, front view shows the here end cutting edge angle, nose radius, this is the side cutting edge angle, and next front view. This is the front view 2D, and here 2D explains in this way. Already previous slides also show that back rack angle, wedge angle, end relief angle in 3D, and this slide we discuss the single point cutting tool 3D also. Repeated I will show you for understanding purpose different type of videos. And here this is a 3D figure. In animation you understand easily, that's why I will show you. This is the shank and face, and it is the base, side cutting edge angle and end cutting edge, major flank and nose, heel and major flank. In this figure almost 7 elements are there. 7 elements are there here also. So shows the different parts. What is the base, what is the shank and what is the face, easily you understand that, and that's why I will show you repeated times. geometry of single point cutting tool is a very important. Previous 2D figures and 3D figures in slides also I will explain. Now in this figure I will explain the each one by one, show you in red color. Identification, what is the nose, that is the nose, and that is the major flank, and next what is that, two flanks are there, major, minor. In front face is the minor, and next is a major flank, and base, that part is the base. Next signature of 2D dimension. 2D dimension also already we discussed. What is the nose? Here nose, end cutting edge angle. So next this is the side cutting edge angle, shank, face, and here side relief angle, side rack angle, shank, this is the lip angle and back rack angle, and side rack angle, side relief angle. In this slide also briefly you understand that 2D figures and 3D figures. 3D figure you visible have 7 elements, all elements are at a time. In 2D figures only two angles are visible there. Here also same, you observe that face, shank, nose radius, end cutting edge angle, side cutting edge angle, back rack angle, side rack angle, and relief angle. One by one you observe that here lip angle also there, that is the lip angle, and back rack angle, front face, that is the front face, that view is called front view, and top view, this is the side view. So back rack angle is the top face of the tool, and end clearness angle, two faces and side cutting edge angle. And next top view we discuss. This part is the back rack angle. Clearly you understand that and remember, front view top face is have back rack angle, and here to here this angle is called lip angle. Sides, shank. You observe sometime what are the angles are there and how you identify top view and front view and side view. Top view have side cutting edge angle and end cutting edge angle. Side view have two rack angles. And next this already I will show you each one part. And next is here end clearance angle. I will show you one by one each part here, 3D and 2D also. In this way you observe the easily, that's why nose radius. Okay, already I will discuss the previous slides. What is the rack angle, side rack angle, for back rack angle, end rack angle. In this slide you understand that what is the rack angles. Rack angles here, positive rack angle, negative rack angles, two rack angles are there. Negative rack angles advantages also are there. Stronger cutting edge, more mass to dissipate heat, withstand higher cutting forces, good for interrupted cuts, more cutting edges. So here next what you observe that what is the rack angles, negative rack angle and positive rack angle. In this figure you observe that how removes the material from workpiece to tool. Here in this way, this is the, here you observe that how to remove the unwanted material from parent metal to this animation. This is the rack and negative rack angles. So disadvantage is also there. Compress the material, higher pressure, more horsepower consumption, high heat. And next, positive rack angle. Positive rack angle, shear metal, free cutting action, direct chip away from the workpiece, less heat, less horsepower consumption. Here you observe this in this slide is the negative rack angle. It is the tool. So workpiece, it is the, this is the chip. How remove the, how separate from the material to from workpiece. Metal. Next, disadvantages. Where cutting edge, in a state of transverse rupture and compressive, cross section at a point of contact, fewer cutting edge, single ended. Always rack angles reference starting points. Aluminum has positive 20 degrees rack angle, titanium and nickel is a positive, and low carbon steel, high carbon steel 5 rack angles. Already you deeply understand that single point cutting tool geometry and what are the angles are there. Now the signature of the sequence of numbers listing the various angles and degrees. What are the signatures are there here? The several systems are available like American Standard System, ASA means American Standard System, orthogonal rack system, ORS means orthogonal rack system, and normal rack system, NRS means normal rack system, and maximum MRS, maximum rack system. The system most commonly used we are here in this lecture, and mostly we are used the popular system is the American Standards Association system. In this system, previous lecture or present previous slides, you understand that rack angles, what are the angles are there in tool signatures or tool geometry. Back rack angle, side rack angle, end relief angle, side relief angle, end cutting edge angle, side cutting edge angle, and nose radius. What how many elements are there? 7 angles are there and is called as the 7 elements. Tool signatures here is called, for example, in this way they are asked that this is called as the tool signature. 7 numbers are there here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This 7 elements is called as the signature of single point cutting tool. Signature of single point cutting tool, 7 elements are there. Here first one is the back rack angle, next side rack angle, end relief angle, side relief angle, end cutting edge angle, side cutting edge angle, and last one is the nose radius. This is the tool signature. In this method, they are identify or in this method measure the how we identify the tool signatures is called, they followed in this type of method, tool signatures. Next we discuss cutting tool, cutting parameters. Cutting parameters are there: cutting speed, feed, depth of cut. Cutting speed is the distance travelled by the work surface in unit time with reference to the cutting edge of the tool. The cutting speed V is the cutting speed is identified as symbol is V. It is simply referred to as speed and usually expressed in meters per minimum. Next, feed. The feed is the distance advanced by the tool into or along the workpiece each time the tool point passes a certain position in its travel or over the surface. In case of turning, feed is the distance that the tool advances in one revolution of the workpiece. Feed identifies the F is the feed and it is usually expressed in mm per revolution. Sometimes it is also called mm per minute. Depth of cut. Depth of cut, it is the distance through which the cutting tool is plunged into the workpiece. So the depth of cut is measured perpendicularly between the machined surface and the unmachined surface or the unmachined surface or machined surface gap is called as depth of cut. The depth of cut is a identification symbol is D. And selection of cutting speed and feed. The selection of cutting speed and feed based on the following materials: workpiece material, tool geometry and dimensions, the size of the chip cross section, type of finish desired, rigidity of the machine, type of coolants also used. So here selection of cutting tools. Cutting tools and characteristics. The cutting tool is a device is used to remove unwanted material from given workpiece for carrying out the machining process. The cutting tool is fundamental and essential requirement. A cutting tool must have the following characteristics. We discuss one by one. Hardness. First, most important, it is a mandatory have the hardness. Hardness, the tool material must be harder than the workpiece material. Higher than the hardness, easier it is for the tool to penetrate the work material. Hot hardness. Hot hardness is the ability of the cutting tool must to maintain its hardness and strength at elevated temperatures. This property is more important when the tool is used at high cutting speeds for increased productivity. Next one is toughness. Toughness is it should be have enough toughness to withstand impact loads that come to start of the cut to force fluctuations due to imperfections in the work material. Toughness of cutting tool is needed so that the tool don't chip or fracture, especially during the cutting operations like milling. Next, cutting tool and its characteristics. Next one is the low wear resistant. The tool chip and chip work interface are exposed to serve conditions that adhesive and abrasion wear is very common. Wear resistance means attainment of acceptable tool life before the tool is needed to be replaced. Low friction. The coefficient of friction between the tool and chip should be low. The wood lower wear rates and lower better chip rate. Thermal characteristics. And next, cutting tool materials. This is the last topic of the cutting tool. Geometry of the cutting tool, you know that. Types of tools, you know that. And next, geometry and angles. And last final we discuss the cutting tool materials: carbon and medium alloy steels and high speed steels. One by one you go through that deeply. Already you know that previous term. What is the carbon alloys? Carbon alloys have this is the oldest tool material. Back hardness of simple and high carbon steels. Carbon steels have the three types of carbon steels are there: low carbon steel and medium carbon steel. Low carbon steel, high carbon steel and medium carbon steel. And high speed steels. High speed steel is a HSS. HSS means 0.841%. 1%. Three elements are there here: chromium, tungsten, vanadium, and molybdenum percent are there. 18% is the tungsten, 4% is the chromium, 1% is the vanadium, is called high speed steels, mostly used in high speed steels. Next, cemented carbide steels. Next, cutting tool materials. Cemented carbide tool life is about 200 to 300 or more. A thin, chemically stable and a hard refractory coating, TIC and TIN. The bulk of the tool is tough, shock resistant and carbide that. Next, cast cobalt alloys and settles. And next, cemented oxides and ceramic cutting tools. Cutting tool materials: ceramides, diamond and cubic boron nitride. And next, manganese, carbon, chromium, molybdenum, cobalt, tungsten, plain carbon steels, alloy steels. Properties of cutting tool materials: in this slide you observe that hardness, compressive strength, impact strength, density and volume and temperature. And next, oxides, non-ferrous alloys, cements, cutting tool materials, hardness, its strength. Okay, in this lecture we discuss the single point cutting tool geometry, type of tool angles and cutting tool materials, and 2D figures, 2D and 3D, what are the angles are there and angle significance, cutting tool materials. Thanks for listening this lecture.